All right, Shalom. Before we get started, we're going to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the tabernacle of David, you brothers and sisters out there that's pushing this truth. All right, may the choice of election come upon your house. Back with another video. The title of this video is called, What Will You Say When This Is Made Mandatory? Revelation 13:16 through 18. All right, what will you say when this is made mandatory? All right, and you know, doing this lesson, to edify, the uh the flock. All right, you brothers and sisters out there. All right, and any newcomers that's coming in. All right, to give you some edification on what the mark of the beast is. All right, and to edify on, and to warn you about these other camps that speaks against it. Saying it's something different. All right, so this, and this is through the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right, to give you some edification, to give you some shed some light. All right, on what it is and what you need to know. All right, and how do you know? This is gonna be like the video I did a couple hours ago. How to discern false prophets, how to identify false prophets, man. All right, now we're gonna get a few. I got a video. Now this was done by IUIC 10 months ago. This was out on June 4th. It says the mark of the beast is not the micro C hip. You see that? So they believe that it's something different. All right, and I got a couple articles we're gonna read. We probably not gonna get to all of what I want to get, but hey, Lord willing, it's edifying to you brothers and sisters out here. All right, and I do got a few videos we're gonna watch, and they're not long really, but yeah, man, we gonna get into it, and Lord willing, it's edifying. But I'm probably gonna mute myself throughout the video because this is fair use, and this is fair use YouTube, fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use. All right, so stay tuned. Mute myself.
Going into democracy. That's in with input. Hey, real quick, go back to verse 15. Read that, Revelations 13:15.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
Go ahead.
That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right, that would not worship the image of the beast. What's that going into? That's going into their religion. Right. That's going into democracy. That's in with democracy. That's going into what? White supremacy. Right. That's going into what's it called? Feminism, LGBTQ, all of that. So if you don't worship the beast, they cause you what?
To be killed.
To be killed. Real quick, pull up the first article, please.
Now the image, let's go to that real quick. All right, let's just read it. Revelation 13 and 15 they read. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Now, Bishop Nate says the image of the beast is, Jesus Christ and, Caesar Borgia, other things like that, man. All right, let's read it again. He had power to give life unto the image of the beast. Now the beast is, was the Roman Empire, but now is revived as NATO and the EU, which is the EU stands for the European Union, and NATO is the National Atlantic Treaty Organization. I believe that's what it is, right? And this is the America is revived through the NATO and the EU. All right, and they came. Esau came back into power in the Renaissance era, because they were in not captivity, but they were in those caves for 1,000 years, and when they came down, came back during the Renaissance. All right, and then they started to rule in the earth again. That's when and then later, years later, they came. NATO and the EU came. All right, and America was revived. So this is the revived Roman Empire. All right. It says so the beast was was the Roman Empire. All right, which is now America. through the NATO and the EU, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and caused that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. What's the image? The image is the new world order that they're trying to push. All right. It's in it says that the image of the beast should be killed. Right, and we go into the word killed. Icon. Let me see what it says.
Strong's G 1504. Icon. Icon.
It was icon. Salakia. Icon. It says an image. This is kill. Hold on. Salakia. Nope. Wrong one. I want to kill. Salakia for that. So kill.
Strong's G 615. Apoctino. Apoctino.
Apoctino, right? It says to kill in any way, whatever, to destroy, to allow to perish, to extinguish, abolish. It said to inflict mortal death, to deprive of spiritual life, and procure eternal misery in hell. So they're literally going to kill you. All right. But if you go to the root word, apo, of separation, you see, of local separation. All right. At the verbs of motion from a place, i.e. of departing or fleeing, of separation, of apart from the whole. So it's, they're gonna separate you from what? Society, if you don't take this they believe, we believe, this is the mark of the beast, which is the micro C hip. All right, and if you don't take it, they're gonna separate you from that. They're gonna be killed, you're gonna be separated from society. You see? So hold on, make sure my okay, so it was on. Let's go back. All right.
Please.
All right, so we're gonna continue to listen, right? And I might skip through it. All right, we probably gonna listen to everything they say, because I want to get to these videos that I want to play.
Pull up the first article with DeSantis. DeSantis is always in the mix in the media, bro.
Yeah, always doing something.
Always doing something, man. I'm gonna jump the gun a little bit so you can understand what's going on. DeSantis signed a bill. The news clip.
Control your behavior
or payment.
Psalms to
But war was it? Give me that real quick. But war, y'all.
the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 15.
Go ahead.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
He had power to give life to the image of the beast. Go ahead.
That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Let's just say brother got shot. Brother, stage 3 cancer. They could say, I don't like what you stand for.
Right.
You understand? I don't like what you stand for. You could have a common code, but if you don't care that common code, what is it going to turn into? It could turn into something deadly. But guess what? I don't want to prescribe you anything because I don't agree with what you believe in.
Yep. Right.
It says cause them to be killed. Okay? Remember.
But right now, it's a lot of things that they don't. Brothers get. Brothers do get sick, but they don't go to the doctor. But if somebody gets shot, or somebody get something that's harmful to them, they gotta get surgery. But they're not gonna do surgery because of what he stand for. What does that have to do with the MOTB, man? This is just talking at this point. But let's continue. I want to really get to the point, so stay tuned.
War was in his heart. This is warfare.
Right.
There's biological war.
And poor, free and bond.
Come on. This is what they're about. They're about war, destruction, and killing the people of God. Read verse 16. Watch this, y'all.
And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond,
Come on.
to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Right, it says in the right hand or in their foreheads. All praise to the Most High. Bishop Nathaniel dropped the gem.
All right, let's deal with that. All right, let's get to Revelation 13:16. And they don't go into words, so you gotta remember that as well. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Let's go in that word mark. You see? That's one thing about IUIC, they don't go into words. Right? What's that word right here? Charagma or haragma. Let's play it.
Strong's G 5480. Charagma. Charagma.
Then what does it say? A stamp, an imprinted mark. See that of the mark stamped on the forehead, or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist or anti-Messiah. The mark branded upon horses, things carved, sculpture, graven work of idolatrous image. All right. So we went, but down here, Strong's definition: a scratch or etching, i.e., stamp as a badge of servitude. So this tells you this is physical. You see that? Let's get this word imprinted or imprint. All right.
Imprint.
It says to mark by or as if by pressure. Impress. It says to fix indelibly or permanently, to subject to or induce by imprinting. Definition 2, a mark or depression made by pressure. All right, an identifying name. All right. But down here in the synonyms, it says brand, and etch, infix, engrain, engrave, and press. You see that? Or ingrain, right? And what does it say in this definition over here? Let's go back to it. It says a scratch or etching. Let's get that word etching. It says the action or process of etching, right? The art of producing pictures or designs by printing from an etched metal plate, an etched design, an impression from an etched plate, right? As a matter of fact, let's go over here. Let's go to Google Chrome. All right. My phone moving a little slow. Let's get this word impress, because we're seeing that a lot. Impress.
Impress.
Not that one. It says make a mark or design on object using a stamp or seal imprint. You see that? Let's try imprint. Let's see what it says. Not that. Imprint or imprinted.
Imprint.
It says impress or stamp a mark or outline on a surface or body. You see that in this stamp, punch, print, impress, mark, engrave, right?
Engrave.
Cut or carve. You see a text or design on the surface of an hard object. All right, etch.
Etch.
It says engrave metal, glass, or stone by coating it with protective layer. All right. It gives you that definition. You see? Punch, print, all those definitions, man. All right, so this is a physical, shows you that's physical. It's a physical mark, not spiritual, not sin. All right. So let's read it. The word is charagma in the Greek, and it says a stamp, an imprinted mark. All right, if you jump down, a scratch or etching, i.e., stamp as a badge of servitude, or sculpture, figure, statue, graven. All right, mark. All right, this is physical. All right, they saying this, they believe that it's sin, that it's not that. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right. Let's continue. Me myself.
On us. A revelation is past Sabbath.
That's right.
Get
Right? Bring it out.
Nope. IT, man. Give me that. Revelation 17:4. We're talking about that, his hand and his forehead. Watch this.
The book of Revelation, chapter 17 and verse 4.
Come on.
And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand.
Having a what?
Golden cup in her hand.
And her.
That has nothing to do with the mark of the beast. All right, let's go to Revelation 17 and 4. Slock you. All right, the doom of Babylon. You see that? I'm going to start at the top. It says, and there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sitting upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. You see, that has nothing to do with the mark, man. All right, just because the golden cup is the abominations that these wicked people, these wicked Edomites push on the nations and the people, man. All right, the doctrines, the philosophies, all right, the LGBTQ thing, all right, trying to push that on other nations, all right, and they push that on the people. You see, and upon her forehead was the name written, Mystery Babylon the Great. What does Babylon mean? Babylon means confusion, and here in Babylon you can do whatever you want, man. All right, they say you got the land of the free, right? They basically say you can do whatever you want, be whoever you want. You see that? Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. She's an abomination, man. All right, but this has nothing to do with the mark of the beast. All right, I just wanted to point that out.
A hand, go ahead.
Full of abominations.
Full of abominations. Go ahead.
And filthiness of her fornication.
Abomination is something that's hateful to God.
Right.
All right, verse 5.
And upon her forehead.
And upon her what?
Forehead.
Her forehead, go ahead.
Was a name written, Mystery.
And it was written on her forehead, not in. Because when you get when you're going into the mark of the beast, this thing's going to go to in your hand or in your forehead. We're going to show you. Matter of fact, I'll show you right now. All right, let's leave off from this. We'll come back to that. Right?
Do we know who's getting AI right?
Well,
What happened here?
AI.
with HPE GreenLake, we have access to supercomputing to power AI at scale,
Helping to give us better insights.
helping leave our competition in the dust.
It was like using the force on a cursor. And I could get it to move wherever I wanted, just stare somewhere in the screen, and it would move where I wanted to, which was such a wild experience. I love playing chess, and so this is one of the things that y'all have enabled me to do, something that I wasn't able to really do much the last few years, especially not like this. It's not perfect. I would say that we have run into some issues. I don't want people to think that it is like this is the end of the journey. There's still a lot of work to be done, but it has already changed my life.
So this is literally going. This is he already has it. All right, he was in a car accident or something like that. All right, and they're gonna. This is a miracles they're gonna use. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. One of the few miracles they're gonna use for this, man. I think it's Revelation 18, maybe 20 or 19. Revelation 19 and 20. It says, "And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone." You see, they got deceived by taking that, man. All right, and they wrought miracles. You know how they show those miracles by what we just watched, saying that you can walk, see, hear, All right, they're gonna try to use those miracles to get those who are who are like that and take that thing, man. All right, so let's go back to this.
History.
All right, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.
Babylon the Great.
Right. Thinking nobody sees what.
And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
Right. He wants to cause the world to agree with their wickedness. Right. They started off as a Christian nation, but now it's being revealed who they really are. That's right. They agree with what's it called?
Polygamy.
Polygamy. But they agree with when the older man loves the.
They trying to say the philosophies is what it is. It's not. That's not what it is. The mark is not philosophies. We read it already. Revelation 13:16. He calls all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. The mark is the charagma. All right, which is a physical thing that's gonna go into your hand, man. All right, or on your forehead. This is not rocket science, but we know what's going on. We know why they. All right. All right. If you want the definition again, a stamp and imprinted mark. All right, and the I want to go into this. The elder Karak Dazatba in GMS Baltimore was bringing this out. Because in other translations, in the where is it at? No, not that. All right, we gotta go to something else real quick. Gotta go to Revelation. In the John Wycliffe version, it says character, right? So let's go to that. All right, here it is. So this is Revelation 13:16 in the John Wycliffe. It says, and he shall make all, small and great, rich and poor, free men and bondmen, to have a character, either mark in their right hand, either in their foreheads, or in their foreheads. You see that? Let's get that word character, right? Let's go to the etymology online. Character, right? It says symbol, marked, or branded on the body. You see? Character, man. It said it gives you the down here it says Karax. It says pointed stake. It says kerosene to engrave. Right? Let's get that word engrave. All right. See what that means. No, we already did. Engrave.
Engrave.
It says cut or carve a text or design on such an object. Or appear, cut or carve a text or design on the surface of a hard object. You see? Carve, inscribe, cut in. So they're gonna engrave it on a cut in your hand. Right? Incise. It says
incise.
Cut or mark. It says cut a mark or decoration into a surface. You see? They're gonna incise in your hand, man. Right? Chisel, chase, score, etch, imprint, impress, print, mark. Come on, man. All right. So this is a physical mark that's gonna go to your hand or your forehead. I don't know why they making this so hard. Right? So go back to where was it at? Oh. All right, so it says to engrave, then it says character, engrave, mark, symbol, or imprint on the soul, instrument for marketing. Then character, all right, character, Old French, feature, character, and then Middle English. It says symbol, mark, or branded on the body, symbol or drawing used in sorcery. All right, so this is a character, man, a character going into your hand or your body. I mean your hand or your forehead, Salakia. All right, slip with the tongue. Character, man. Read that again. It says symbol. It says symbol marked or branded upon the body. are a symbol or drawing used in sorcery. Alphabetic letter, graphic symbol, standing for a sound or syllable. All right. From Greek, character, engrave, mark. You see, also symbol or imprint on the soul. You see, karax, point of state. You see that? See if there's anything else we can get. All right, so that's it on that. You see? So let's go back and read that. Now you know the definition. Revelation 13 and 16. Wycliffe Bible, it says, and he shall make all, small and great, rich and poor, free men and bondmen, to have a character. We look that up. That character either mark in their right hand, either in their foreheads. You see that? That no man buy, either sell, but have they have the character, either the name of the beast, either the number of his name, that no man may buy or sell, but he that hath the character, or his name, or the number of his name. You see? Let's go back and finish that out. Come on, man. Go away. Verse 18. It says, here is wisdom, he hath understanding, account the number of the beast, for is the number of man, and his number is 660 and 6. All right.
The younger boy.
Pedophilia.
Guys, though, they agree with pedophilia, feminism, LGBTQ, all of that. That's what they agree with. And guess what? They want you to agree with that thing too.
Right.
And if you don't, what are they going to do? They're going to cut you off.
Right.
Everybody who don't agree, should be an article in
with newly redesigned.
Should be an article in Nigeria. Okay. Pull it up for me, IT. Is it the video first or is the article? Is the video? Okay, go to the timestamp.
Queues outside petrol stations and outside banks. Residents of Lagos wait for hours to get cash or fuel, but neither are guaranteed.
Damn.
Ahead of the elections, Nigeria's economy is facing two major crises. The first, a cash shortage sparked by the replacement of paper notes with newly redesigned ones as the nation hopes to curb money laundering. In spite of a January 31st deadline, banks don't have enough new currency to swap for the old notes which residents are handing in. A crisis which has left people cashless and has forced businesses to close.
And that's forced business to close. That's where we stopping? Okay, understand this. Don't forget about the CBDC, the central bank digital currency that they want, that they're pushing for here in America. They're pushing for it over there too. That's what they want to do so they can control the finances, all right, off of a digital currency. If it's digital, meaning what? You could give money at a drop of a dime, and you can also do what? You can cut off the money at a drop of a dime. Give me Revelation 6. Watch this. Give me Revelations chapter 6, and start at verse 5. Watch this, y'all.
The book of Revelation, chapter 6 and verse 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand.
All right, had a pair of balances in his hand. What is the black horse talking about? The dark nations, Africa. It says, as a pair.
No. He said the black horse talking about the other nations. Revelation 6 and 5. The third seal, famine. It says, and when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And beheld, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. Let's get that, I think that's... There were balances, I believe. Yeah.
Strong's G 2218, Zugas. Zugas.
Zugas. It says a yoke that is put on draught cattle, metaphor used of any burden or bondage, as that of slavery. So this can mean, of slavery as well. And a balanced pair of scales, Down a strong definition, it says to join, especially by a yoke, a coupling, i.e., figuratively servitude. You see, a law or obligation, also literally the beam of the balance as connecting the scales. Para balances yoke, so it's a form of slavery. All right, the horses represents power. All right, let me see what that black is. All right. Read that again. It says, and when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. You see. In verse 6, and I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see, thou hurt not the oil and the wine. The oil and the wine represents the truth. But let's go to, real quick, 2 Esdras 16. All right. 2 Esdras 16. I'm going to start at 17. It says, woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So this is what's coming soon on a large scale, man. All right, during Jacob's trouble is on the way, right? It says, but for all these things they shall not turn away from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Now here behold, victuals, which is what? Food, shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. So a famine is coming, all right, upon the earth, upon this world. You see? So that's what's going into, right? Let's continue on, and then we'll finish it out, Lord willing.
Pair of balances in his hands. Those balances is going into the monetary system, the IMF, International Monetary Fund. Wow. All right, they're the ones that's going to control this, and the Federal Reserve for the CBDC. Right. Read verse 6 with that.
And I heard a voice in the midst of the 4 beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny.
Go ahead.
And 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see, thou hurt not the oil and the wine.
Right. Remember, they're the ones who set the currency. That's why when it comes to the third world countries, their money is not compared to anything. Not compared to anything when it comes to the United States of America. Right. They're the ones who said all of that. But now, what are they trying to do? What is prophesied has to come to pass. The beast is going to control everything. The beast is going to control the currency completely, to the point where if you're not in agreement with the beast, they're going to cut off your health care. They're going to cut off your financing. All right, Revelations chapter 13, and give me verse 17. Watch this.
The book of Revelation chapter 13 and verse 17.
Come on.
And that no man might buy or sell.
And that no man might do what?
Buy or sell.
Come on.
Save he that had the mark.
Right. Unless you agree with what America pushing. Go ahead.
That's not what it's talking about. Let's get that. Revelation 13:17. I'm going to start at 16 again. It says he causes all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, a charagma, right, in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Let's get this in NLT and see what it says. Verse 17, and no one could buy or sell anything without that mark. You see, you couldn't buy or sell anything without that mark, that charagma. All right, the RFID hip, whether which was either the name of the beast or the number representing his name. And I got an article we're gonna read. All right, this is from BBC News. The microchip, the micro C-hip implants that let you pay with your hand, right? It says down here, says a woman paying for her meal in a cafe using a contactless payment chip implanted in her hand. You see, and I believe they're already doing this over in Sweden. It says Patrick Paulman causes a stir whenever he pays for something in a shop or restaurant. This is because the 37-year-old doesn't need to use a bank card or his mobile phone to pay. Instead, he simply places his left hand near the contactless card reader and the payment goes through. The reactions I get from cashiers are priceless, says Paulman, a security guard from the Netherlands. He is able to pay using his hand because back in 2019, he had a contactless payment micro C-hip injected under his hand. You see? It says this procedure the procedure hurts as much as when someone pinches your skin, says Mr. Paulman. You see, and they got the image. It says a micro C-hip was first implanted into a hand back in 1998. So they've been had this technology ready, right? But it is only during the past decade that the technology has been available commercially. And when it comes to implantable payment chips, a British Polish firm, Wallet More, says that last year it became the first company to offer them for sale. The implant can be used to pay for a drink on the beach in Rio, a coffee in New York, a haircut in Paris, or at the local grocery store, says founder and chief executive Woj Tech Praprota. It can be used wherever contactless payments are accepted. It says Wallet's More chip which weighs less than a gram and is little bigger than a grain of rice, is comprised of a tiny microchip and an antenna encased in a biopolymer, a naturally sourced material similar to plastic. Mr. Praprota adds that it is entirely safe, which is totally wrong, has regulatory approval, works immediately after being implanted, and will stay firmly in place. It also does not require a battery or other power source. It says the firm says it has now sold more than 5,000 of the chips. 500. The technology Wallet More uses is near field communication, or NFC, the contactless payment system in smartphones. Other payment implants are based on radio frequency identification, RFID. So this is the RFID C-hip. All right, like the apostles, starting with our forefather John the Revelator, he saw this. All right, and our apostles and elders, and the brothers, they've been seeing this. They've been preaching this for more than decades, man, since they came into truth. Right? Let's read that again. It says, other payment implants are based on radio frequency identification, RFID, which is the similar technology typically found in physical contactless debit and credit cards. All right, and you see the X-ray right there, man. That is a implant, physical, like we read, and they cut in this skin. Okay, and I'll put the rest in the link. And I had another one. All right, they doing this in the Walgreens. Replace some fridge doors with screens, and some shoppers absolutely hate it. Now, with this, they got the it was a video. A lady was doing it where you can swipe your hand across and it'll open, and they got the little scanner at the top to scan your forehead. I can't find it, but Lil Willing, I put it in the short or something so brothers can see that and sisters can see that, you know. But let's watch this real quick.
At Olive Garden, we think you should get more.
Ads. Salakia. Hold on. Okay, make sure I was still on. All right, so this is what I'm talking about, man. The elders been saying. All right, you gotta be careful who you watch and who you listen to, man. All right, and really just because they're their leader, man. He doesn't know I believe he knows, but he's not telling his congregation that because why? He took the bag for greed of gain. All right, so the mark of the beast is the microchip, man. All right, it's nothing else. All right, if you say it's anything else, you wrong, man. You're not right. All right, and they're leading their people into destruction. So, like the title says, what will you say or what will you do when this is made mandatory, because they're going to make this mandatory, man. They're going to come out with this. All right. So what will you say or do when this is made mandatory?
Right?
You see this little thing right here? Dang. What? It's on the side. You can swipe your hand right there, and it'll open for you.
In some,
but they're gonna do this. You know, they getting things ready like this ready. You know, just in case people they're doing looting and stuff when Jacob's trouble comes. All right, and those doors are they're thick. They real thick. All right, I think I'll show you.
Walgreens locations, glass refrigerator doors have been replaced with these digital screens as part of a pilot program. And some are taken to social media to say they don't like them.
Could you open up the thing to get me some water?
It's real inviting,
yes. No way. What in the world? They lied. Why would they lie?
Man, what if you're sold out of something and it doesn't register? If only there was a way that we could see inside of a freezer, like a glass door.
The technology comes from Cooler Screens. The CEO says he started the company when he saw the customer experience gap between shopping online and shopping in a physical store and wanted to bring these experiences together.
We're creating this hybrid experience, right? You are shopping in a physical store and...
All right, you can watch the rest of that on your own. All right, and I'll put the link in the description. But, yeah, let's get back to this, man.
Or the name of the beast. Or the number of his name.
Or the name of the beast or the number of his name. The name of the beast. This is the United States of America. The number of his name is destruction.
That's right.
Death and hell. That's what it's talking about right there. Isaiah 28:15. Isaiah overflowing scourge. What that's talking about? That agreement. Go ahead.
When the overflowing scourge shall pass.
Get back on track. Give me Revelation 7. Come on.
Having a golden cup in her hand, full of
the reign for 1,000 years with the Most High in Christ. Read on.
And with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus.
Come on. Lose our lives for this gospel of saints. With the blood of the saints. That's going into the death right there. That's who this beast is. Who are the saints? The Israelites are the saints.
That's right.
United States of America is drunken with the blood of the saints.
Right.
Okay? And understand what this is going into? That great insurrection against those who fear the Lord. Some of us are going to lose our lives for this gospel.
That's right.
It's prophetic as it is written. These things are going to happen. All right, so we got to prepare how to overcome this beast. And guess what? You can still overcome even if your life is taken.
Right.
How? When when favor is shown unto you when you are called in that first resurrection.
Right.
When you get to reign for 1,000 years with the Most High in Christ.
That's
Read on.
And with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus.
Come on.
And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. And the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which have the 7 heads and 10 horns.
I think they're reading down some. Let's go to that. Revelation 17. Yeah. Revelation 17. And hold on. Give me 1 second real quick. Got my cheat sheet. All right. Give me 1 second, y'all. Bear with me. All right. So let's continue. It says, and I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints, which are, they said it right, was the Israelites, and with the blood of her martyrs of Yahushua, which they call on JC. His name was Yahushua, man. All right, the martyrs, there are going to be ones who die for this truth, man. All right, a lot of us will be put to death. It says, and when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. And the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which have seven heads and 10 horns. The beast that thou sawest is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, and go into perdition. Right? It says, and they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not and is yet. And this is America that John Revelation is seeing. All right, the beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. That bottomless pit, that's ultimately talking about let's just go to it. Revelation 20, Satan bound. All right, who is Satan? Satan is, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. There's a spiritual Satan, all right, there's a physical, right? And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. And they were put up 1,000. They was in those caves. They was in that land for 1,000 years, man. Those caves, man. Right? Let's go back. It says, verse 8. And here is the mind which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth. Which the 7 heads, the mountains represent governments. All right, and these are all ruled by Esau, even so-called white man. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. All right, now that's the 5 that fall, the 5 that were fallen, right, were the Greeks, the Spanish, the French, Germana Major, and Germana Minor. All right, the one, it says, read that again. The other that is not yet come, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come, right? It says, the 1 is are the Romans, and the other is not yet come was the British. All right. It says, and he must continue a short space. All right, and the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7, and goeth into perdition. And that's talking about America, Babylon, the Great. All right, and then coming from the 7, you see that? So I don't know how far they're gonna go in, but let's go back, and then we're gonna get another video, and then Lord willing, I'll close.
Jump down to verse 8. Watch this.
The beast that thou sawest was, and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit.
Go ahead.
And go into perdition.
And
they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was, and is not, and yet is.
I want to jump to verse 10. This is the point I want to harp on. Watch this, verse 10.
And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen.
Right, it says there's 7 kings, and it says 5 are fallen. All of these are that same beast. It's that Edomite nation, or Esau.
Right.
Okay? Now it says, and there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen. Pull up the visuals for me. We're going to go over the 5 that are fallen. That's what it's talking about right here in verse 10. All right? So this is Greece right here. Greece. Next one. That's what? France. Okay, next one. You got Spain. Next. Russia.
No, Russia is not part of the 7. Russia is going to take down the 7. All right, Russia is not part of that beast system. All right, the part of the 7 were the Greeks, the Spanish, the French, Germana Major, Germana Minor. Right, I always forget this right here. Greeks, Romans. All right, the Greeks, the Romans, the Spanish, the French, Germana Major, Germana Minor. And Britain, that's the 7 heads. Russia is not part of the 7. All right. And the 10 horns is I'm gonna try to Belgium, not in particular order. Belgium, Luxembourg, Italy, I believe France. Matter of fact, I got it right here, pulled up. I don't know why I'm guessing. I'm gonna show y'all. All right, 7 heads and 10 horns. Right. The 7 heads are governments or kingdoms ruled by Esau. Right, the so-called white man, Greeks, British, Germana Major and Minor, the Spanish, the French, and the Romans. The 8th is America, the Great Whore. And the 10 horns are Belgium, Denmark, France, Italy, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Greece, Spain, and Portugal, England and Ireland, and West Germany. You see that? And the 10 horns represent the common market of the European Economic Community, EEC, established in 1958. Today, the EEC is the EU, the European Union. You see that? So that's the 10 horns and the 7 heads. But Russia's not part of that. Russia's going to take down the beast system. They're not part of the beast system.
Come on. And was it Germany? In Germany right there. So read the verse again.
And there are 7 kings. 5 are fallen. And 1 is.
It says, and 1 is. Think about who was ruling when John wrote this. Who was ruling? Rome. Rome was ruling. Pull up the image. Pull up the image for Rome right there. All right, read on.
And the other is not yet come.
Right, and the other is yet not come. During this time, who didn't come yet? Great Britain. Right. Pull up the image for Great Britain. They didn't come yet. Read.
And when he cometh, he must continue a short space.
Read on.
And the beast that was, and is not, even he is the 8th.
Right, it says, and the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th. Who's the 8th? Pull up the next image. The United States.
So they were correct on the rest, but except Russia. Russia is not a part of the 7. They were correct on the rest of them, though. All right.
Of America.
That's right.
All right, this is the beast. This is the harlot right here. Finish that.
It is of the 7.
And as of the 7th, because remember, the United States of America came from who? Great Britain. Right. Go ahead.
And goeth into perdition.
And goeth into what?
Perdition.
Right. Y'all understand? So the key, brothers and sisters, is not to get caught up in the beast judgment.
Right.
That's the key. Give me Psalms 137 and 7, because y'all got to understand. Who ought to be what?
Destroyed.
To be what? The kings that God has set over us today.
You can watch the rest of that. All right. I'll put in a link in the description. If you any brothers you want to do lessons on it. All right. Or you just type it in IUIC Mark of the Beast. They got always they go into that, but they get it wrong. All right. And I just prove to you that the Mark of the Beast. I'll just do it like this. All right. The Mark of the Beast is what? The RFID C-hip. All right. You can't buy without it because it's dealing with buying and selling. You know, so you can't buy or sell without it. You can't be in society without it. All right, because this is gonna be your financial. They're gonna have everything on it on that chip, man. It could be your car keys, your door keys. All right, it's gonna pay for your food when you go to the grocery store, your medical records, your financial records, all that, man. Your ID, all the passport. It's gonna have everything on it. You see, so what they taught, they believe something different. All right, but the Mark of the Beast is the micro C-hip. I'm gonna play one more video to give you a glimpse of what it is. All right. Now I watched this earlier. I was watching this before I did it, but he's putting together he was explaining it, but it's to open his door when he taps his because he has the implant. This was 4 years ago. This is 2019. You see. So he has the implant in his hand. He got tired of carrying around his keys, so he just want to use you see that he got tired of carrying around his keys, so he's going to use the implant, all right, to open his door up. All right, so stay tuned. I might rewind so you can see.
Also, if you don't believe me, here, I can get better light. See that shadow? That is a mic.
You see that he's showing you. That's the C-hip, man. That's the RFID C-hip, or the microchip. All right, people in the comments, they know. Some people in the comments know the MOTB. All right, you are now a devil's servant. You see, you are now a devil's servant, man. This is all about control. All right, so let's continue. I just want to show a little bit. I ain't gonna play the whole thing. I'll put the link in the description if you want to watch it.
Microchip in my hand. The creepiest part is after I got it implanted, I had dreams about it trying to escape from my hand. It was so creepy. Let's take a look at this door. I'm just gonna kind of focus on the deadbolt. It has about a 90 degrees of rotation between locking and unlocking, which is great because that lets me use a servo, which only has 180 degrees. That means I have plenty of stroke in the servo to articulate this thing. So I gotta find a way to mount a servo on this door somehow, and then have it rotate this when the system reads my chip. I should also probably mention that the chip works with RFID, which is like if you go to the subway and you use that like contactless payment card, it's the same kind of thing. The chip is like totally unpowered right now, it's dead. But then when you put an electromagnetic field near it, it will power it inductively through my skin, just like the wireless charging phones. You just like put it on that pad and it just starts to charge. Same thing, it will like power it through my skin, just long enough for the chip to say, this is my code. And then after it sends the code, it dies again. So it comes alive just long enough to say its name, and then it's dead. So my chip has a 10-digit name that when it gets powered up, that's what it yells out into the void, and that's what my whole system looks for. If it detects a chip that yells that name, it'll unlock the door because it knows it's me. This was my old system from my last apartment, so I'm gonna see how much of this I can. But it's also like, that was so dumb to use. This is a
So like, yeah, it's playing. I'm gonna try to skip ahead so we can put it together and see what it comes out.
My morning routine with Native. I start with the body wash, which frosts up into a rich, creamy lather. I then use Native
pretty beefy titanium geared servo. Oh, I forgot the filament. And how awesome 3D printing is that I can just design this part and 2 hours later I have it and I can use it. People told me that when I first got a printer, it was gonna get old, and it has not gotten old yet, and I've had a printer for like 5 years now. It doesn't get old. It's always cool. And get this mounted on the door, and then we should be I think it's set. This one took me a couple tries to get right, but I'm glad I went back and I did it the way that I really think it should have been done. I obviously still have some wire management to take care of, but that's for a later time. When I mill a board for it, that'll clean up a lot of stuff. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe. I can do whatever I want with it. I made a little quick Instagram video about how I made this whole system for my old apartment back in Pittsburgh.
So like, you had to go back to the beginning to show you because I guess he didn't do it in the end. But yeah, man, as you see, he tapped the whatever that was on his door and it unlocked his door for him. You know, so people who say this isn't, you know, the RFID C-hip or the micro C-hip, they don't know what's going on, man. All right, you gotta have the right leader. The Wadi Halbashimi Al-Shah for leading us to the right teachers. All right, the brothers. All right, the elders, the bishops. All right, the apostles. You know, for bringing us out and teaching it the right way, man. Because if not, we'd have been lost out here. You know, and I wouldn't be able to do this lesson for you, brothers and sisters that's coming in. All right, so hey, this the mark of the beast is the RFID C-hip. The mark of the beast is the microchip. The mark of the beast is the microchip. All right. Let's go back to the title. What will you say when this is made mandatory? All right. And this is for, you know, you other camps out there who don't teach us madness, man. What will you say when this is made mandatory? All right. So, Lord willing, this was edifying to you brothers and sisters that listens and watches. All right. And you want to, you know, do responses. Hey, It's all on you, man. All right, so Lord willing, this was edifying. I'm gonna give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. That's the Tabernacle of David. All right, you brothers and sisters out there, continue to keep the faith, continue to endure, continue to push. All right, Kwame Yasharala, Baba Ball, Lord Williams edifying. Shalom.